Welcome back to Kiwi Tech. Today we're looking at some 3D live wallpapers, and these are the best pick so far for 2013. So let's take a look. So while I look at live wallpaper today, at the top left-hand corner of my screen, you're going to see how much RAM I'm using and the CPU usage of all the live wallpaper. So the first one is called 3D car live wallpaper. As you can see, at the moment I have an Italian car, and you can change that. At the top, Italian. Let's go to American, not American muscle, and there we have a GT40. So you can change the color, the rims, the license plate, the landscape. So I had it on winter, and you can see now this is the green pastures. Okay, now it looks beautiful, doesn't it? Great looking live wallpaper. And let's set that and see what the deal is. Okay, so it's looking at 1200, sometimes jumps down to 600, was it 800? So it uses a lot of CPU, and this is just running nothing else in the background. I've got no other apps going on, so bit of a hog. Looks great, but yeah, up to you, your call. Anyway, links in the description, get into it. Next one we're looking at is 3D Lotus. Another great looking 3D live wallpaper, and again we can see not quite as intensive, 600 megahertz running in the background. We can change the color. I'll change it from white to yellow, even though I think white looked better. I'm going to tick on these options just to see what sort of CPU usage we're going to get out of those. Fish, butterflies, dragonflies, and we can change the firefly color. So there's quite a lot of customization within that live wallpaper, and let's set that and see what it looks like. So there you go. Looks really nice. Moves around with a touch of your screen. Yeah, another beautiful looking live wallpaper. A little bit CPU intensive for my liking, and not quite as much RAM as the 3D car, but it's a little bit. Anyway, the next live wallpaper we're looking at is called Galaxy Sparkle 3D, and you can see it touches, reacts to the touch. Under settings, you can change a lot of the backgrounds. You can have solid colors, or you can have gradient colors, and there's a few custom ones to choose from. Let's just take a look at the next gradient. Okay, let's try another one. Gradient 6. Okay, and let's set that. This one looks really good, reacts to the touch. CPU usage is around 250, so it's pretty good. It's just like a normal stock solid wallpaper. Obviously, with reacting to the touch, it does jump up a little bit to 600. It did for a second there, but just sitting normal, 250. That's pretty good actually for a live wallpaper. Okay, second one we're going to look at is called Lantern Festival 3D, and I would actually like this to be a daytime one. It's constantly at night. There doesn't seem to be a way to change that. We can change the bridge, however. We can change the amount of boats, turn them off. We can have the quantity of lanterns and the gate type. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so quite nice. I think it actually looks quite good against the icons, and it probably saves a lot of power considering it's a lot darker than those bright light wallpapers. The CPU looks like it's fluctuating around 600. It did jump up to 1200 when I was touching the screen. Looks like it's pretty stable at 600 there. Right, next live wallpaper we're looking at is called Power of a Life. Now this is almost reminds me of Monsters Inc. So you've got the fur that sort of reacts with your touch. You can change the colors. I'll go to a more like a Tron sort of bluey color. And the second gradient color, I will leave it that sort of magenta. Now we can change the reaction of the fur. Let me just choose that one. So it's sort of a wavy pattern instead of the round circles. So that's a really nice looking live wallpaper. And as far as CPU, when it's running, it's about 250 to 600 megahertz. So let me just apply that as the live wallpaper now and see how much it sits at. So we're looking at 250, 600 when I start to get involved with the fur. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. Right, so the next 3D live wallpaper we have is called Space Colony. Now within this live wallpaper we can change the back image. So we'll go to moon and we'll see the moon's change, and you can also go through and change the toxic aura. I'll just change that to a different moon and you can see that's changed again. We can change the toxic aura. You can see there's all that red sort of haze or pollution around, and change the building illumination to green. There you go. And we can see the CPU is looking at about 250, spikes up at about 300, but then goes back down. And the RAM's the same as it was on the previous live wallpapers. Okay, now the last live wallpaper I want to show you is OXON Live Wallpaper Aircraft Pro. Now, this has a few aircrafts you can change it to, just the 3, and a couple of cities you can change it to, a decor and a color theme that you can select as well, and you can change the speed of the clouds, use the accelerometer to change the position of the wallpaper. And the CPU looks to be at a stable 600, boost up a little bit to change the pages, but that's expected. Okay, so that's the live wallpapers I want to show you for the first half of this year. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up if you like any of them, and the links are below. Check them out.